Hello, my friends, and welcome back in. Welcome back to my mat. Welcome back to designing beautiful things. I love it. Don't you guys love it? Don't you love designing beautiful things, knowing that you made it? Oh, guys, I am so passionate about it. I just love it. This is my happy place. I'd rather be nowhere else than right here. I just love it. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday Frolic Fun Day. I have an awesome, fun Friday Frolic Fun Day show for you all today. I hope you will enjoy. I think you will. We are going to continue designing in my timeless devotion bag for today's project and design inspiration. We're going to be making project 5 today, my 5th project out of this bag. And we're going to make a beautiful bracelet. It's my first bracelet out of this bag. Isn't that funny? Because, I'm kind of like, I've self-proclaimed myself like the bracelet queen, but I went out of the box a little this month and decided to do other things first. And so I'm really, really happy and excited about that. This is going to be our first bracelet. So usually I'm 3, 4 bracelets and then we get to other things. So changing it up, guys, keeping myself on my toes. Guys, I'm so passionate. Don't you just love making beautiful things and just knowing that you made that and it's so beautiful and somebody compliments you on it or wants to buy that from you? Oh, you guys, I just cannot tell you. This is my happiest place in the world to be right here with you all. I just love it. I'd rather be nowhere else. So I appreciate all you guys being here. Friendly reminder, my friends, today is Friday. I put a community post up yesterday. If you check the communities tab, whatnot, my friends, there is an invitation link. It is linked below this video as well as over in my community tab. And that is my invitation to you to join me over on Whatnot. I do live auctions over there. And you'll get $15 off your purchase with me if you are not already signed up for Whatnot. So click that link. You can go through a computer or download the app on your tablet or phone. Love to see you guys. I will be over on Whatnot tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And that'll be live auction. And we'll have some beady goodness. I've got some beautiful bead strands. We'll pull out some bindings, some stasher bags, and all kind of fun things. We have a great time. So I hope to see you guys over there. Also, I have another show scheduled, a live auction for next Friday at 5 p.m., friends. So that'll be Halloween. Halloween at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the 31st. So the next 2 Fridays. Okay, friends, enough of that. Guys, let's get into it, shall we? Guys, literally on my wrist was my inspiration. I made this earlier in the year. I believe I may have made this in the membership. I can't recall. It may be in my bracelets playlist, but that's okay because we're going to make something very similar today. We're going to put a little different spin on it. But this is, let me pull you guys in. Let me tell you what I got going on. Okay, so just a standard link bracelet, but we're doing double rows of components, right? This is a really beautiful one. These are all 6 millimeters on this beauty. And I do have the 925 sterling silver closed jump rings. And I have one run on the end here where my hardware is. And the rest of it is pretty symmetrical there, right? With the 2 connectors in the center. We're going to do something very similar to this today with this beautiful timeless devotion. But we're going to use one of the links, and then, my friends, we're going to pull in some cording. In fact, we're pulling in some leather today. Let's work with some leather because I have some beautiful, I just have so much of this leather, guys, and these beautiful neutral tones for the fall. I love it so much. It goes with everything. I love those. So I have 3 kinds of leather. And by the way, guys, I have all of this in my store. If you want to take a look at my store, I've got some really beautiful leather in the store and some new stuff for the fall too. This is round leather and it is 2 millimeter. This is some suede. They're all 3 in like a camel color, right? This one is 3 millimeter flat and this is 2 millimeter flat. I literally can't make up my mind yet. I think we just have to see where this takes me. But I just want to do just a small little simple, overhand knot or maybe a barrel knot closure at the end with the lobster clasp. So I don't know. We're going to get there. We'll have some fun with it. But that's what we're going to pull in. I just want to have a little bit, because I just want a very earthy, organic vibe with this beautiful palette. So let me walk you through the rest of the things we're using besides that cool circle link. Jump rings. Okay, here's the other thing. I have the, I believe, 8s and 10s. So I have 8mm and I have 10mm. The reason I pulled out both sizes is because I'm not sure what size we need to put in between my links, like I did here. I'm not sure. I don't want to add too much length, so we're going to see. And then I have, it's because of my beads, guys, because I want all of these like beads in here, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get all, I have like literally 5 beads. I love them all, guys. These in particular are from my stash. They are stupendous. These are a glass etched, like a lamp bead. They're kind of like almost like a cone barrel, right? And they are the most stunning, like purple AB over like a gray frost. So I love these so much with that berry zebra jasper. And I wanted to put them in here. I also have those 5mm that you got in this bag, the 6mm coppers, the 6mm lava rocks, and then the berry jasper gemstones, the rondelle shapes. And you can see I've already done quite a few of my components. We have a few more to do. I do also have some of the bead caps you got in the bag and the lobster. That's everything I'm working with besides my craft wire. We are going to use the antique copper, and I'm working with the 18 gauge today. That's the pair wire, and that's a copper core, and that is an antique copper color there, and it's tarnish resistant. It's just beautiful. So that's the wire we're going to use. I think I'm going to use the one-step looper here today, friends. If you don't have the one-step looper, don't worry. Don't worry about it. Just grab your round nose pliers. It's going to work out the same anyway. So we've got this, right? So we're just use our standard tools and the one-step looper today. So here is my dilemma that I'm in, friends, that I'm like going to design with you now, right? I've gotten this far, but I haven't constructed it, so I'm not sure how this is going to play out. So let me get you in my headspace. So again, I pulled these from my stash. I love them so much, but to kind of equal the length on, really, it's the 6mm or the rondelles, I only needed 2, right? So there, that gives me 1, 2, 3, 5 different beads. I think that's going to be too many. So this is what I was thinking. Maybe I can just do some, like an asymmetrical. And so I was kind of playing around and going like this. And then I realized, well, nope, that's not going to work, because all of my bead sizes are different. And that's exactly what I want to do. I really want to blend several of my colors in here and my textures. So I've got this beautiful polished jasper. We've got the sparkle, right? We've got the metallic, and then we've got that beautiful texture on that lava rock. And I just think it's gonna really lend to what I'm looking for with the leather on the closure. So it's just, I'm not sure, guys. I'm not sure. That's why I kind of laid them with each of their little partners, and I kind of stopped. So I'm not really sure if I'm going to be able to get these in. I don't know. We're going to see. And that's why I don't know which size, because obviously if we use these 10s, that's going to give us a whole lot of length. So I think what we need to do, I want to start by working with the 8mm. And I want to construct at least these, 2 runs, one of these on each of the ends. And let's add it to this and see where it kind of lays on my wrists. We'll go from there. How about that? That's the plan, now that I've talked for God knows how long. Okay, guys. So in order to get started, I am going to go ahead and do what I was just saying. We're going to start connecting. And then we will get to making some components. If you're not familiar, do not worry. Do not worry. We'll make some components. So I'm going to put all of my loops where the opening, I'm going to face them all towards my mat when I'm adding them right now, so that therefore that would be the bottom of the bracelet towards my wrist, right? It's just a cleaner look. It doesn't really matter. One of the most important things I feel does matter is that you're using a good gauge wire and we're making nice closed loops. So we do not want to have really any slack there on the loops. So that is the most important thing. So I'm going to start by adding my first component. So I definitely wanted the jasper right here at the link. So I'm going to, I used the gloss, the semi-gloss permalac, right? And I did permalac my connector, my bead caps, my clasp, and my jump rings. That's why they have such a nice little, I don't know if you can tell, my jump rings all have a very nice little shine on them. So that'll help to prolong any tarnishing. So I did do that. So let's go here with the 8s. Let's start with the 8s. I don't want to go the 6s, right? I know I don't want to do the 6 millimeters. So I'm going to add this on here, and then we're going to close that out. Let me reach across, guys. I forgot to grab another plier. And the reason I knew I needed at least the 8s, for me, for the size of my beads. So these particular gemstones are 8 millimeters, right? And I already kind of can tell when I put 2 of those next to each other, they're going to need an 8 millimeter jump ring. In fact, it might even be too tight. I'm not even sure. We're going to find out though. But we're going to go this far. So I've got that on there. Let's add the next one. So I'll just twist open that loop. And again, I'm going to be mindful putting all my loops that I've made facing down the same direction. So then that needs to be going this way. This way. By the way, oh, guys, I have so much to talk about today. Guys, my finger, remember I told you I had injured my finger and I bruised my tendon? Notice I have my stabilizer off. I can't, work with it too much. It's still a little sore, but guys, I can bend it. It's almost healed. Yay. That was only 2 weeks. So that's why you're probably also seeing a lot more posting right now, because I'm able to pretty much, work a little bit better here with this intricate designing. That was so sore. Oh my gosh, that was just really so awkward. But, it's not 100% like I said, but you know what? I'm about 75%. And I'm able to do a little bit more with it. At least I can bend it. I have a little bit more freedom of motion on it. So I'm just so thankful, friends, that I did not break it. I came so close to breaking that finger. Oh my gosh. And oh, here's a fun fact, guys. I have never broken a bone in my entire life except for a toe. When I was like 15 in high school, I broke my toe. But I've never broken a bone, and I'm not trying to break one now. So there you go. Let me just get you out just a little bit. So I'm just going to go along like this, right? And you see what I mean? I'm not sure about the size of our jump rings because I need these to be like this, right? They need to be a little more parallel, a little more straight. So we may need to up our game on the jump ring. Let's find out right now. So let me grab another 8 millimeter here. It looks to me already, I can almost tell that I believe so. I believe I may have to go up to a 10, which is fine. But if we go up to a 10, then that means I'm probably going to lose some of my components. That's pretty much what I gather, just by kind of eyeballing it here. Yeah, see, this is already much tighter to get on here. Yeah, it sure is. And guys, you know what? I can already tell that I'm not even going to be able to put it straight. You see how they're both buckling? So you see that mistake already that's happening? I like to share these kind of things. That's why sometimes I like to design on the fly with you guys, because we learn and we grow together. So let's just not even force that. And luckily, I permalaced all my 10 millimeters. So let's just go ahead and up our game right here, and hopefully the 10 millimeter will be fine. I think so. We shall see. We shall see right now. We know we have to get this off because it's already really tight. It won't lay flat, and we do not want to break these beautiful lavas. So let me get this off of here. And that's those. Let's go back this direction here, and we'll get this 10 millimeter open. It might not work. It's not. So look at that. So that's the issue I thought that I might have because of these larger beads. So it might be that we just cannot use these particular lavas. That's okay. That's okay. I'll use these components for something else. Let's get these off of here and switch it up. Okay, my friends, I have taken off the lavas. Okay, they're gonna unfortunately not go in here. That's okay. I will not let this go to waste. I will use these components for another project, okay? No, nothing will ever go to waste here on my mat. So let's do this. Let's open this up and let's go with the 6 millimeters and see if the 6 millimeter rondelles, such as what is on my wrist, is going to work. And let me just make sure these are facing down. And that's facing down. And let's get that closed up. Perfectly closed there. Yeah, see, it's just something interesting. It's probably really like, it's just the bumpiness, you know, and these are probably a little bit more than 6 millimeter. I mean, they're probably 6.5. But yeah, but that's okay, guys. So I'm gonna put these to the side, my friends, and we'll revisit those at a future date. Which kind of, I'm not terribly mad at it because then that means definitely these should most certainly lay next to each other. I think, I think they will. How about this? How about we just find out? Why don't we do that? Okay, let's get another jump ring on here. Okay, and then we'll just keep that open. So when I make my loops and components here, friends, then we don't have to keep opening and closing the loops. So I'm gonna work right off the spool. And so we'll just make some little components right off the spool to reserve wire. So I am going to put that wire right there. I do not need to exit when I'm coming off the spool, right? On the first part of my loop, right? I do not need to exit my wire out of the other side of the tool, right? It's not necessary. I just need to make sure that I'm clearing the side of the jaw. That helps to reserve a little of our wire. Okay, so just go ahead, make our first loop, kick that back a little bit, and we'll remove that. Okay, and then we'll cut a small piece here off the spool. So let's finish. So now I'm going to put my wire in and make sure that it exits this side of our tool, right? I'm also going to be careful that my loop that I just made is facing up. On this design, I'm wanting all of my loops facing the same direction down, right? So in order to accomplish that, I make sure my loops are pretty much laying like this with the open side away from me, because when the jaw closes, it's gonna leave the loop open, right? So we'll go ahead, close that, be very careful, tilt that back, I'm not cracking my bead, and remove. And then we will make sure that our loops are closed, and they are. And then we'll put those on face down, be that direction, and we'll make one more. And so here we go again. Put the wire in, past the jaw there. Go ahead, close that, kick it back a little, remove, and we'll trim a little piece off. And bead our beads on. And my loop opening is facing away from me. We will go back in the tool here. Make sure the wire exits my tool. And my bead is laying pretty close to the jaw there. And go ahead, close that up. Be careful. Tilt that back a little as I'm closing that jaw. Make sure I don't crack my bead. And now we will feed this one on. Make sure our loops are closed. They are. Feed that on there. And we'll close this jump ring up and see where we're at. I think it works. I think it's gonna work. I sure do. Straighten that out a little bit. I think this will work with another jump ring right there. Let's do it. Now let's try one more with the rondelles. Let's see if I can get two. I doubt it. But you know what? Why don't we try? That's all we can do is try. I don't think because of the lavas, but you know what? We're gonna try it anyway. And again, I'll just use these components. I'll put them on some earrings or something. Nothing will go to waste. I want to try. I have to like be 100%. And on this one, I did do the bead caps. And then I did 3 of these beautiful zebra jasper. And another bead cap. We shall not bother because they're going sideways, but that's okay, guys, because you know what, just having one there is fine. So, and so let's just continue to move on down the line, and I need to make one more component for this right here, and let's see. Kind of what I'm thinking. One more and then some leather. I think so. Okie dokie, my friends. This is what I am working with. So this is how this is turning out. And you know what? I love it. I love designing on the fly, and it's turning out just beautiful. Love it. The jasper is just stunning. Just stunning. I did want the 2, 2, 2, but similarly, like I had mentioned, guys, this one, and let me take it off my wrist and show you. This one, I have one component on each end, 2 throughout the center. It's either way, they're beautiful, right? They're beautiful. So I'm fine with that. So what I'm thinking is we will utilize that other jasper component that I already made, that I thought I was going to have to use for another project. And we will then we can do this. There's a couple things we can do. We can put one more jump ring, and then I'll end it like that. And so we'll have 3 like that. That I should still be able to do just a little piece of leather, right? But we don't know until we do it. So I just wanted to keep making sure that I'm kind of showing you guys as I go along the modifications I'm making here. But so, you guys can make this your own. You absolutely. There's so many ways that we can put our beautiful jewelry together. I just hope that I can inspire you guys. That's just the biggest joy, is to inspire you in your designing and in your beautiful journeys and in your quest for making beautiful things. Oops, I forgot to add this one. So, play around, make some components, grab some beautiful wire, and, play around a little. And select some beautiful beads out of this bag. and see what you can come up with. And friends, I would love for you to use that communities tab. You know, I've toggled that on for everybody. And you can start a conversation, right? You guys can post there now, upload photos, videos, designs, all kind of things. So I would love you guys to post in that communities tab and show me your work. Show me some of your projects. Love it. Love it. So that's what we've got, my friends. Let's see where we're at. The only way to find out is right around the wrist you go. Okay, so yes, see that, guys? Right there. If I put a lobster here, I can, you know, we can attach the lobster here or here. It does not matter, but I would definitely want the leather there. So I think I'm going to do it here. And we can still get a tiny little piece of leather. We can still get a tiny piece of leather. And you know what I think I'm going to do, guys? I think I'm going to go with the suede. I'm thinking I'm going to go with the 2. So this is the 2mm flat suede. So I think what I'm going to do, my friends, is let's do that. Should I do a barrel or should we do a lark's head? Because it's going to be a very small amount of suede. Let's get a visual. I mean, I kind of like the lark's head, friends. I do. Let me see which way is up, which way is down. This is down. Yeah, and we'll have it looking like that. Let's have this on the top. Let's do that. So let me add my hardware in a smaller jump ring. So as small as I can get, which is probably these. Like these look like 3s or 4s. Let's get that little guy on here. And now I'm just going to first feed on. I closed my jump ring and I'm going to feed my it down one tail of my leather here, all the way down. I don't need much. You saw how snug that was a second ago. So I'm going to pull that pretty far down. We're going to do an overhand knot, and then before I commit to the knot, I will see my sizing again. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are going to have an awesome Friday. I hope to see you over in Whatnot this evening. In a few hours, actually. And you guys are going to have an awesome weekend. And you enjoyed today's beautiful inspiration. I love it. It's beautiful. So that's about it. That's about it. Even a little tighter. So I'm going to push that down a little bit tighter. And then I am going to trim this and I'm going to glue my knot as well. So let's get that pushed down a little bit more. That's probably a whole lot better right there. Yeah. That's a whole lot better. Now you can put any size jump ring you want there, guys. All right. So we're going to commit to that and we're going to flush cut. So I'm going to cut that right up at the edge of my knot. And I'm going to glue that. I love it. Look at that. That's what that looks like. Just love this. Love it. Just that touch of leather. But you know, sometimes it's just in the details. It's just in the details, isn't it sometimes, my friends? Just in the details, just that little, and it's not too big. It's not too big or sloppy at all. It's just perfect. And it does not matter though any way I turn this. My God, is that stunning. I love every angle of it. I hope you guys enjoyed, like I said. And let me get this off and lay it down. And that's what we have, friends. Project 5 under our belts. A beautiful link bracelet with a little bit of leather. How about that? That's what we've got. Well, it's going to lay all weird. We'll see you in the next one, friends. Have an awesome weekend and be blessed.